Obsessed Stalker horror movies that will haunt you. Sometimes the scariest villains aren't ghosts or monsters. They are the people watching you when you don't even realize it. Sleep Tight 2011. The Stalker Who Never Leaves. You go about your daily life completely unaware that someone is always watching you. Someone who knows when you sleep, when you wake up, and when you are at most vulnerable. This is the terrifying reality of Clara, a woman living in what she believes is a safe, normal apartment building. But unknown to her, the doorman Cesar has been invading her personal space in ways she could never imagine. And his obsession is about to take a dark and twisted turn. Why this movie is disturbing? Unlike most stalkers, Cesar doesn't just watch, he infiltrates. A psychological horror that feels terrifyingly real. The suspense builds slowly, making every scene more unsettling. Alone 2020. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Imagine driving alone on an empty road when suddenly you notice the same car behind you again and again. It could be a coincidence, or it could be something much worse. In Alone, Jessica is a recently widowed woman trying to start fresh, but she soon finds herself being stalked by a stranger with chilling persistence. When he finally strikes and kidnaps her, she realizes she's trapped with a man who won't let go. But escape isn't the end of the nightmare, it's only the beginning. Why this movie is terrifying? A realistic portrayal of stalking that feels too real. The sense of isolation makes the terror even stronger. An intense cat and mouse game that keeps you on edge. Misery, 1990. The most terrifying fan in movie history. Fame can be dangerous, especially when your biggest fan is also your worst nightmare. Misery follows Paul Sheldon, a best-selling author who wakes up after a car accident, only to find himself trapped in the home of Annie Wilkes, a seemingly kind woman who claims to be his biggest fan. But when Paul realizes that Annie has no intention of letting him leave, the true horror begins. What starts as admiration quickly turns into obsession, and soon Annie will do whatever it takes to make sure Paul stays with her forever. Why this movie is unforgettable? Katie Bates delivers one of the most terrifying performances in horror history. The film explores obsession in a way that feels disturbingly real. The tension is relentless. Paul is completely powerless, and Annie is completely unpredictable. Final thoughts: which one will haunt you the most? From silent stalkers to full-blown obsession, these movies prove that horror doesn't always come from the supernatural. It comes from the people who won't stop watching, won't stop following, and won't stop until they have you. So, if somebody is stalking you, do not ignore the signs. Take actions. Bye-bye.